well, I don't know if you've been reading the news like I have or whatever, but there's immigration stuff that's going on, and it seems that boy, this administration has really kind of tracked down, cracked down on stuff for immigrants. And we certainly have an immigration problem, but the way we're trying to solve it seems to be hurting a lot of people. And there's a good article here in the New York Times that I read recently. Lawyers did not create this crisis, but lawyers will help end it. And it's sort of interesting about the free legal help that's available that lawyers are giving to people who need it and don't know their status. And I'm sure if you're not here legally, you must be worried like hell of what's going to happen to you because nobody really knows. And there are laws, and these lawyers are getting together. These are the top law firms in the country. 34 major law firms have gotten together to provide free legal help for people who have immigration problems, questions, or whatever. What is your status going to be? I mean, now we're taking people, who have joined the Army for 2 or 3 years, and they're in the Army hoping it's a passport to being a citizen, and they just fire them out of the Army and sending them home. So it's crazy. So we're not living up to our agreements, I guess, with people and things like this. And this is these lawyers are angry about that we're not living up to existing laws, about how we treat people. And people have the right to seek asylum and things like that. And they have. I mean, I'm the grandson of immigrants that came here from Eastern Europe, long before I was born, I guess. And so, but there is help, and that's what I want to get to people, because to know their situation, you have to know what's going on and where you stand. And these lawyers, this is a New York Times article. So if you want to look at this article to see the facts about the law and stuff. The law did not create this crisis, but lawyers will help end it. So if you Google that in New York Times, you'll find it. But in there's a couple things. You read about the things that we signed after the Second World War and how we're going to treat immigrants. And it's really into our laws, a lot. And I'll show you a little bit later about how we're even, take care of these. But these 3 major American law firms have putting up 30,000 lawyers. So 30,000 lawyers are available in every state and pledged to help, families or people that are caught in this, mess of our immigration laws, to help them out to get legal representation. And they're working with one organization called the Refugee and Immigration Center for Education and Legal Services. So that's why if you're trying to find information yourself, how to get legal help, because if you go and Google, immigration law or something, you're going to get people going to charge you as much money they could get off you. And you don't want to do that. You want to know how to get the free legal help, that's available. People are willing to give it because this is a serious problem in our country, and there's people that want to do the right thing. So here's another thing, immigrationlawhelp.org. This is another organization, that pinpoints for free and local help. Now, here's a service I use a lot on the internet. It's called Justia, Justia. And if you Google like immigration free and low cost immigration legal help and put Justia, Justia, and put your city, county, or whatever, put your state. So if you put your state, like New Mexico here, I put Los Angeles or California, free and low cost immigration legal help. And here's a whole bunch of organizations that these people are great curators about finding legal help. A lot of these, top law firms are working through the pro bono lawyers. So they're providing expert, people get really charged $500 an hour, are giving them for free as a pro bono thing. So that's what you want to look for. And you see there's nonprofit organizations that run this. So all these organizations, look what Los Angeles had. They have AIDS Project for Los Angeles, Central American Resource Center for Los Angeles, Legal Aid Foundation for Los Angeles, Immigration Center for Women and Children, Los Angeles Free Clinic, Immigration Legal Assistance, California Lawyers for the Arts, things like that. Now also, I didn't realize I did this work too, that we have federal programs to help immigrants and refugees. Even if you're not a citizen, you're eligible for benefits, to live on here. Now, this is in South Dakota. Who would have thought they had an immigrant program? You think of New York or something like that. No, see, every state gets this money. So they're getting money, and they usually do is give it to nonprofit organizations. So what you want to do, you're looking for help, and you're a refugee or an immigrant, worry about status or legal advice. What you want to do is contact your state office that runs the refugee program. You see, like here in South Dakota, look at that money they have. They have cash and medical assistance. They have social services, school, agricultural, elderly services, preventive health. These are money they give, to refugees and immigrants. Yeah. So that's why. So we're set up for that. So these organizations will also know who could help you legally. They're running this problem all the time. They know who it is. Just don't use Google to try to find it, because they won't know the best places. If you look for Google on this, you're going to get people going to charge you money, because they're going to figure out how to get money from you to solve your problem. And as a result, they could pay money to figure out how to get their name up first when you search them. The people that I'm telling you about here don't. They don't make money from you, so they don't have money to pay Google to make sure you see only them. So go to these sources. If you're looking for help for yourself, or friends and relatives or whatever, they're immigrants. We're all 99, 44, 100% of us, I'm sure, are all immigrants or sons or daughters of immigrants, and we should make sure that people are getting a fair shake in this country, because that's what it's about. That's why we all came here, right? Because it's treated fairly.